Christopher.
Terrence.
How are you today?
Man, I'm excited. I cannot lie.
Yeah.
We did it. We did it, Terry.
It's the new and improved very first episode, folks, of Sports Empire Podcast.
Yes, sir. Got all the socials changed this weekend. I've been looking forward to doing this. As I explained last week, the Golden Broom was something that was born with me and Cody. Started out as just a baseball show, turned into a full sports thing. So he's got some things going on that I'm not going to discuss it publicly, but he's no longer doing podcasting at this time. Terry has decided to jump in and fill that seat. And it just didn't feel right calling it the Golden Broom anymore. We had to have something that's our own. And we now have Sports Empire. This is our first episode. I'm excited about the future, Terry. What about you?
I'm very excited. Look forward to, the future interviews and the content we're going to bring, going back and forth between, even though they never play each other, Vanderbilt and UCLA.
Well, we may get you in basketball this year. We're going to be pretty good.
Men or women's? Because it's probably not going to be women's.
Both. We're going to be good in both. Rest assured.
Well, I'm looking forward to the day you guys get a softball team too.
Hey, I've been on that for 30 years. Hey, why don't we have softball?
I owe a case of beer for that one. But
let's bring him in.
Yeah, I am so sorry, Coach.
Get him, Coach. Light him up.
It's okay. You know, you only get one.
I do burpees. We'll do the bodybuilders as a punishment.
Well, you talk about punishment. Let's fire this thing off real quick. Coach, if you got a player that messes up to that degree, what are you going to have him do? Is he running stadiums? Is he doing burpees? Is he doing bear crawls? What's he doing?
Well, I think we need to get him up at 5:30 first of all.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll do some kind of military punishment. You know, they like to keep you in place for what they call the Big 21, where you do your down and up, your sit ups, and your push ups, and you start at 21 and you work your way down. But they don't let you move out that spot.
I remember those.
That'd be perfect for him.
Well, good thing for me, I'll already be up at 4 a.m. because the dog wakes me up. So I'll be waiting for you guys on the field.
So, Coach, we're on a lot of Facebook groups. We're airing live right now. I'm going to give you the floor. Introduce yourself. Tell us who Stanley Connor is. How did he get to be the head coach at Lane College?
Well, first of all, let me say I just want to bring you guys greetings. We really appreciate you having us on, especially on this type of occasion, being the first show on your new show. You know, bringing you greetings from Lane College, where Dr. Donald W. Comer is our president. We have a new athletic director as well, Jeremy Patterson. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that, and he will be inaugurated this year as our 11th president. I believe I got that right. But very elated to be on your show and be a part of this historical event. And to your second part of that question, you know, I am a lifer when it comes to coaching. Been doing it a while. I started my coaching career at Alabama State. And from there, I went back to high school, where I went back to my high school, Theodore High School, and then I was offered the athletic position and head coach position at LaFleur High School in Mobile. Was fortunate enough to be named 6A Coach of the Year. And from there, I went to Alabama A&M. I was there in 92, left and went back to high school in 97, came back to Alabama A&M as assistant head coach with Ron Cooper. And he and I worked together for several years. And then I was offered the job at Benedict College in South Carolina. That was my first college head coaching stint. From Benedict, I came to Concordia College in Selma, Alabama. And from there, Miles College for about 8 years. We had quite a run there at Miles. 3 years in a row, we played in the championship game. And from there, I was off the position here at Lane, and very excited about the things that are about to happen.
And that's really awesome, because you mentioned all of those schools, Concordia and Miles and Benedict. I know every one of them. I don't know if Terry knows all of them. I'm aware of all of them.
I've heard of Concordia, but not the rest.
But here's another interesting thing. When this was under the other name, the Golden Broom Podcast, me and Cody, my original co-host, actually did a interview with Coach Cooper. We had Coach Ron Cooper on.
Okay.
So that's really cool that we've been connected in some sort of form or fashion, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We talk often. He called me about players, you know, with the transfer portal the way it is. He always give me the best information and really try to push kids this way.
Okay. Terry, start firing away.
So I usually like to lead off with, recruiting. Now, being a private university, what's the difference, if any, and also what obstacles do you face in terms of recruiting, being a private school of, what's what's said to be a historically black university? So what kind of like barriers you have to overcome in terms of getting the, filling the rosters and bringing in the student athletes that you guys are looking for?
Well, the biggest thing is funding, because you're not really assisted by the state. So you're pretty much raising your money. We really count heavy with our president guiding the way in fundraisers. We count highly on our alumni and everything that he could bridge together, for the university. He's very in touch with this area. This is home for him. Uh, he started off in the corporate arena, and when it comes to fundraising and donors, he knows all the heavy hitters. So I think Lane is, on his way up in a tremendous fashion. And I think this year is a great indication of where we're headed, because right now we have record enrollment.
Mm-hmm.
And this is really his first full year as president. He was interim. Now he is the president. And right now we're at record enrollment. So I think that speaks volume. Uh, so I think we're headed in the right way. So that's the biggest challenge for Division II programs, and of course your HBCUs. We count heavy on our alumni and everybody else contributing to what we do, uh, and that is the biggest challenge.
Now, let's say, for example, you're going after a recruit, and you might be competing. A Division I has reached out to this young athlete. Now, they might not necessarily start right away, as their coach may have told them. What would be your approach to say, you may not start there, but we know you'll be a surefire stud here right off the bat starting, and to try to bring him in to get that early playing experience rather than ride the bench for a couple of years just because, it's a big name school. Let's say um, we'll say Memphis, because that's the closest university to you guys. So in that approach, what would be not so much your sales pitch, but like your way to say, hey, you should come here first? Then,
Well, uh, it's kind of ironic because that's not the case here at Lane. And traditionally, I'm known as a recruiter throughout my years, but I hadn't found that to be the case here at Lane. Lane is one of those uh, unkept secrets in a way, but recruiting is not an issue. Uh,
mm-hmm.
Actually, we have more than enough. Our thing is, we recognize the power of potential, and we're all about family. So we don't focus so much on other things. We take the family approach, and somehow people are coming to us. Uh, I don't have any recruiting issues. Uh, we give a number of guys opportunity, and that's where we are. NCAA has put a limit on in Division I in terms of how many people you can have on your squad list. But we really don't have a limit in Division II. And right now we don't have an issue with recruiting athletes. This is
Mm-hmm.
a good area. The state does a good job with their distribution of funds. When it comes to financial aid, they have some unique opportunities for the people here in Tennessee. And we try to take advantage of what's available to us, along with what we have financially in terms of scholarships for our student athletes. So that combination of financial aid and scholarship support and athletics in general provide us with the opportunity to really build a very competitive team.
Gotcha.
See, I was going to ask with Tennessee Promise, and you're kind of situated, I'm going to say about halfway between Memphis and Nashville, where both cities have historically black high schools. Does that ease up recruiting for you a little bit, where you can, I'm a 2-hour drive away from Nashville, I can go to Pearl Cone
Right.
and get any player I want because of Tennessee Promise? Does that help a lot?
Yes. Like I said, what we do here in Tennessee with our package for the students here goes a long way. And we're just taking advantage of that. We trying to make sure we're very careful when it comes to recruiting and what we do, and take advantage of everything that's out there first. And then we have other programs, United Negro College Fund, that we are a member, and we have a representative here on campus. We just pull together all our resources. We don't, again, we realize where we are, and we understand who we're trying to service. And right now, I think Lane is headed in the right direction. We're taking advantage of what's out there.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm looking at the map here too. You mentioned Nashville and Memphis, and honestly, a couple of hours more, then you got places like Huntsville, looks like Birmingham and Tuscaloosa, just to the south of you.
Yeah, God's country.
Yeah, and then up north, probably about same drive. I'm assuming. Correct me if I'm wrong. You got St. Louis, Missouri, right there as well too. So when I'm looking, I haven't had the chance to look at your current roster yet, but what's the outreach that Lane College has been able to bring in?
We have countless of students from California, Chicago area. Like I said, Lane is not a hidden gem anymore. Because of our leadership, we're really getting out there. And like I said, the last couple of years, the trend has changed, and we are reaping the benefits right now. Like I said, record enrollment, but not only Jackson, we have kids from all around, all the surrounding areas. And like I said, even, from California, we have a big draw. And it's been amazing. Now we got to keep up with this increase. We got to move quickly to take advantage of what seems to be happening here now, and do things the right way. But we definitely need to support, especially with this kind of growth this fast, and you are limited in your resources. We got to let everybody know, let the alumni know that we really need their support now. And we'll lean on our president to reach out there in the corporate world to get us where we need to be.
And that's great, especially like you said, you're able to reach across the whole country. Because like I said, and I was honest with you earlier before the show started, I never knew about Lane College because I just randomly Googled, said, Division II football in the state of Tennessee. I came across, and I've tried to, contact others. No one's ever contacted. And, Chris knows I send out probably about a few hundred emails at this point already now, to try to get stuff for the show. So, and I know I didn't say it before the show started, but, thank you for joining us, as well. And we're definitely honored to have you here as well.
So I'm going to dive into some other stuff real quick. At a place like Lane College, you play in the SAIC.
Correct.
What kind of offense are you running down there? Are you running a veer? Are you running a pro set? Are you running a wishbone? Talk to me some some turkey here.
Well,
What kind of offense are we going to go watch and
when
see
you
at
ask
Lane
about
College?
Stanley Connor, everybody knows that I am an option guy.
Okay.
Option run, and right now we are creating this combination of run and shoot and option football that I believe proves gonna put on a good show. I've been putting it together for a while now, and getting the right pieces in place, the right kind of personnel. I think it's right on time. Uh, I don't need the superior athletes. Uh, I can utilize the short, small guys. They should have tremendous success in this offense that we're running, and I believe this is going to be, the new wave of football right now, especially with the times the way they are with the transfer portal. It doesn't take a lot of time, but it's all about perfection. So we are a running team as well as a passing team. I was fortunate enough. Uh, I was up under the tutelage of uh, Miles Davis. Was actually Kevin Gilbright was my coach, but that's who we learned from, Miles Davis. And of course, he's the godfather of the running shoe. So I was fortunate enough to play with the Ottawa Rough Riders in that particular offense. Uh, but coming from Jackson State, we were an option team, and like I said, we won 3 championships in a row, uh, and it proved to be a tremendous offense. So basically, I combined the two, and this is the first year that we are actually uh, going to put everything together. We have the pieces in place, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay. So what about your defense? Are you sit back and react type defense, or are you aggressive and force the issue and go after the quarterback?
We're trying to be aggressive, and we built that way. We're trying to have a lot of speed on the field. Joseph Carter, who spent several years at Tuskegee as the defensive coordinator, and I think they had quite a run when he was there. He's been involved in countless, championships. And Tuskegee was known for their defense, but he is, uh, technique sound, don't get beat deep kind of attitude, but really stress running to the football. So I think we're gonna be able to line up uh, correctly and not get beat deep on simple things, but really be positioned to stop the run. And when you can stop the run, you give yourself a chance.
Now, with the defensive formation, I know what you said. You're leaning
Ain't that
towards
true,
aggressive.
Yeah, he's 4-2-5.
4-2-5.
We'll play some odd fronts as well because of our personnel.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to do that. If you're down on your lineman, you have to go to an odd front because you really don't need but 3. But again, like I mentioned earlier, recruiting is not an issue at Lane when it comes to players. We have more than enough players, and by design, our motto is, the power of potential. So for some reason, guys right now are just attracted to Lane. So we have a lot of kids that we're trying to give that opportunity to. And the word is getting around. I get calls all the time. And we did our best to accommodate as many as possible, but we had to cut it off. So the developmental squad is going to be very important to us. So when they get into the transfer portal right now, it's not going to matter because we have a developmental squad. And I think that's going to prove to be great for what we're doing here at Lane, because we will have a developmental squad that we are developing And when kids are noticed and they want to transfer, we okay about the transfer because we have somebody waiting to move into that place.
That's always a good thing to know, especially, being a private school. I know not all private schools have that same, success as far as filling in a spot like the way you guys are showing us. So, we're very excited for you guys in that aspect.
So at Lane College, I've been doing a little digging on the history and whatnot. Typically at Lane College, you're looking at anywhere from 4-6 to 6-4, 5-5. There's been some sprinkled in better seasons, but typically that's about where Lane College sits. What's it going to take from Coach Connor to elevate it to that next level where you're winning 9 and 10 games and you're more of a national name in the rankings and things of that nature?
Well, we gotta win one. Coming in the first year was a tough time. We actually started recruiting. Actually, I got here on National Signing Day, so it was one of those situations where we were signing what we thought was best available player. But this year we had the opportunity to recruit and do a better job at evaluating our players. So we feel good about who we have in place. And we recruited for the style of defense we wanted to play and the style of offense we wanted to play. So we have those players. So this is a good sign, me being on the show. This is the first show, so hopefully this is the start of something new. Hope y'all guys bringing me a little good luck. But we are preparing that way. We put it together that way. This is the year that we really believe, it's Lane College time. It's all about the Dragons. And I'm looking forward to it. So I think, having the ability to get in athletes, good athletes, we're in position to compete. I think that's what you have to have. You have to have the product first, and you got to work and stay healthy. I think we have the things in place, and I feel real good about this year. So I think that's what we needed. We needed the opportunity to recruit, and we found favor that we got the right leadership that is attracting the kind of students that we need. 44% of those guys that I brought in are 3.0 or better. So
that's nice.
Good athletes, they're good students. But for the mere fact of not really have recruiting issues here at Lane is a great sign. And it's contributed to our leadership that we are headed in the right direction.
Okay. So you got hired in 2025. Have you had the opportunity to go around kind of the Southwest Tennessee area or Middle Tennessee and start developing one-on-one relationships with head coaches like I said, Pearl Cone or Ripley or a Southwind, just building relationships where coaches will send you players instead of you having to go look for them?
Right. Well, not necessarily going around from school to school, but participating in events where we have a lot of coaches and be a part of what they're doing. I've been speaking at quite a few events, so they know my face, they know my name. I've always recruited the Memphis area over the years, so I'm no secret to Memphis or to Tennessee. I have a lot of former players from this area. I recruited this area when I was at Alabama State back in the late 80s. And when I worked with Ron Cooper, this was also my area. So I'm very familiar with the talent here. Now the Tennessee area in general, especially around Jackson, is where I need to go out and visit the coaches there at their site. at the school. But I've been participating where we have a lot of coaches, and I just go meet them where they are because I needed the quick fix, so to speak. I needed to get out of there, and taking time developing a relationship is where I know I need to go, but it just takes time. You know, you got to get out there and you got to drive. You got to get there. So it takes time.
Do you plan on, say, hosting any football camps? And like, I just came from one a couple weeks ago over at Midwestern State up in Wichita Falls, and I've been developing coach there. So he invited me to the camp. So where they had all these kids I've seen kids from Midland. There's even some high school kids that came over from Houston. And I think all in all, they were hosting roughly about close to 175 athletes that looking to continue their playing career in college.
Yeah,
is that the plan for Lane as well?
Yes. We have a new athletic director, Jeremy Patterson. He and I have talked about different strategies to increase the visibility of Lane athletics and to take advantage of what we have. You know, that's one of our mottos. We're gonna take advantage of what we have. We don't have no excuse, and we're not crying about anything. We're gonna magnify what we have. And Jackson, the city of Jackson, is tremendous. You have to. It's a small town, but you'll find yourself falling in love with Jackson if you just come, take a look. Lane is right down the street from what they call Hub City. I think you'll be surprised if you took a trip towards downtown, and I'm talking about this is a block away from Lane College, and take a look at Hub City. Mm-hmm. You know, there's an arena, there's a brand new football stadium. So yeah, that's very encouraging. Once we get a chance to be a part of Hub City the way we think we're going to be, you talking about first class facilities. And that's going to be a big shot in the arm. We're not talking about down the road. It's already here. Mm-hmm. We're just trying to fall into that trend. Our city, our team, and we're just trying to come together with the whole picture. And I think President Comer is the person to get it done. Like I said, I see nothing but positive things happening right now. And you can't explain it. I've been there before. I've seen it in South Carolina, where we had record growth, and it was all about the vision of the president and the president stepping out. And I think that's what's going on right now. Like I said, President Comer was here already, but he is now the president of Lane. But he was here already. His vision was already there. He had already started it. He didn't wait until they officially named him president before he started putting his plan in place. He did that when he got here. He started working. Now he's into his inaugural year. He's going to be inaugurated as the new president at Lane. But the vision started a year ago. And we see the effect that he's having on the community and Lane College in particular. Right now, we dealing with a growth issue. With everything going on around Lane, we have a growth issue. We really taken off, and hopefully it's not too fast.
So interesting. You talk about the area around Jackson. So when you come around the curve coming out of downtown, before you go underneath the railroad bridge.
Oh, you've been there.
The park that's on the right-hand side of the road with the.
Yes, next to the school, next to the high school.
Yes.
Yeah, on Lane
where all the Little League play a bunch of games and everything in that area?
Well, no, we're right off of Lane Avenue.
Okay. So that park, though, right there next to the overhead train bridge that you drive under.
Yeah.
I built that park.
Oh, okay.
Back in 2002.
Okay.
So,
I know. Yeah.
So I'm familiar with the areas that you're talking about. Um, so I have a grandson. He's 8 years old. Well, 9 years old. Plays football, basketball, baseball. He does everything. How would how would we look at how would we contact Lane College if you were to have a camp and say, "Hey, we'd like to send my grandson over here just to get him some experience at a football camp." Um, what's the process that you have set up to do stuff like that?
Well, again, like I mentioned, our new athletic director, Jeremy Patterson, uh, we'll have that information out there that you basically, all you have to do is go to the website and register. We just have to get that information out to you. Uh, Again, a lot of the things that's going on here at Lane are new. So we got to make people aware of what's going on at Lane. We have other events like this summer we had an event with the ROTC for a week, tremendous event. But we got to let people know exactly what's going on at Lane. So that kind of event, when it comes to athletics, we got to let them know that we are having those kind of events, and we'll put it out there. So basically, all you have to do is register. We'll let you know when uh, and how to be a part. We gotta go ahead and do it and get it out there. Let people know that that Lane College is really trending in the right direction.
Now, I'm also big into education. Now, you got schools like say some of the bigger schools like UCLA. They're known for medical. Vanderbilt, I think Chris mentioned before, they're like an engineering school. If that be correct to say, Chris?
Yes.
And then, so like Lane, what's like one of the top degrees students go there for that they try to achieve at
Well,
Lane College?
back in the day, we were known for education, and we are known for educating preachers, getting them into the ministry. But
Mhm.
right now, our business administration is second to none. Uh, Criminal justice, those are the things that when people call me that they want to be a part of. Uh, that's why they want to come to Lane, because of uh, that particular area in general. But there are a lot of other good things that we are known for, and that's one of the things that I got in front of me, because we have programs that no other places have. Uh, we just got to let them know that we have it. So again, I'm saying this because we've already talked about it when the president was giving us his vision and where we going. So that's one of the first things that we're going to do. We're going to get out to the community all of these things that Lane has available. I think it's a matter of them just knowing, uh, and they beginning to find out. That's why there is a record growth.
Mhm.
Strategic planning is where he's coming from. Everything he does is intentional, and that's going to have a big effect, not only the athletic program, but Lane College in general. Uh, we uh, we are doing the things that is necessary for Lane to be a great institution.
Okay. So I happen to know that Lane College has a pretty famous alumnus. And he carries the name Lane proudly. Terry probably did not know this, but Fred Lane, the running back from the 1997 Carolina Panthers team, was a Lane College graduate,
Yes.
left the school as the all time leading rusher. Do you have plans as the head coach to get him involved in your program?
Uh, well, um, I'm make sure that I'm that I'm correct. I'm not sure whether he's with us or not, and I feel kind of funny about saying it because I should know, but I think he's deceased, if I'm not mistaken. And I
Okay.
apologize if I'm wrong, because everybody knows about Jacoby Jones, but he is no longer with us as well. But he is another outstanding athlete that was a part of the Lane College family. Uh, that's where my mind is right now. But we do honor those student athletes that had a big part of the Lane. They don't leave us. We always honor them at some point during the year, especially during the season. And we do have a Hall of Fame
Okay.
that we participate in. And I think those guys are in the Hall of Fame. But if I'm not mistaken, but we take advantage of anybody that is a part of the Lane College family. We try to network with them. Again, that's part of the mission. Everything we do is intentional. So we find anybody that is a part of the Lane College family, we definitely going to bring them in. So that is, like I said, that is by design. And we try not to leave no stone unturned when it comes to our alumni. They are very involved. We are very involved with our alumni. We count heavily on our alumni.
Okay. That's always great to hear. And you are correct. Fred did pass away early in life, the age of 24. I was not aware of that actually. I just knew that he had
Yes.
he
Tremendous
led
running back.
the state in rushing, I believe, his senior year in high school, and chose to go to Lane
Yes.
College.
Yes.
So
I mean,
incredible story there.
oh yeah. But Jacoby Jones was really no slouch.
Yeah, that's another one, Jacoby Jones.
Yeah.
So I was watching a show earlier today. I saw somebody ask a question that I want to use with you. Everybody has speed dial on their little cell phone, right? Speed dial. Boop. Hit one, you call somebody. Name some of the coaches that you have on speed dial that you just like to pick their brains and glean from them. Guys that are mentors to you that are gonna, if Stanley Connor is not running right offense, they're going to tell you, hey, you need to change your offense. Who are some of those guys?
Well, I tell you, and I guess I'm dating myself because a lot of my mentors are no longer with us. Houston Markham, I was fortunate enough to play for him at Jackson State, and I worked for him in the 80s at Alabama State. He was definitely on my speed dial. But I was fortunate. I worked with Ron Cooper, but I could call up Eddie Robinson whenever I wanted to.
Okay.
Everybody in that conference during that era, Archie Cooley, Jerry Rice coach. These are guys that I would sit in the room with. Rick Comagese. We talked so long one time, I thought my phone was going to burn up. It got so hot on my face. But I'm talking hours. We would talk on the phone. L.C. Cole. We kind of came up together, but he was one of those guys that was on that track. But those are people that I would talk to on a regular. My head coach, W.C. Gordon, who is in the Hall of Fame, probably one of the winningest coaches. I know when Prime took over, I know he got a lot of credit at Jackson State, but it was nowhere possible for him to do the things that W.C. Gordon did at Jackson State. It just wasn't enough time in his lifetime to do it. You and I were talking about, even with the guys I played for, played with Perry Harrison, Larry Cowan, Otis Brown, Sylvester Stamp. We were all in the same room. All those guys signed NFL contracts. Jackie Walker was a first round draft pick. So those guys really developed guys, and nobody could tell a story like Eddie Robinson and a visionary. The things that are happening right now with NCAA, with the transfer portal, with the NIL agreements, it's on tape. Eddie Robinson talked about that a long time ago. It's out there. Google it. He mentioned that 20 years ago, exactly the way things were going to happen. So some of the guys that I was fortunate enough to be around, had on speed dial. Actually, there are some other guys, but those are the ones that come to mind right now because they were special to me. I knew about those guys, and I actually got a chance to work with them and sit down and talk with them. So a lot of them are gone. Now I have new colleagues that I talk with all the time that we actually work together, and they're all head coaches now in the conference. Makes the experience a little bit more enjoyable now because we're all about the kids, and we understand that here, especially in the SIAC. The coaches, we're very close, and everybody's all about the kids. We're not going to have $1 million contracts. So mostly our complaints, the enjoyments are the same.
Okay. And one last question from me, and I'm going to let Terry take over for a while. On Friday, there was a ruling in Colorado in an eligibility case where the NCAA has installed the new 5-on-5 rule. The high school class of 2022, which would have been the college class of 26, they didn't get grandfathered in. So they spent their whole careers playing against 5th and 6th year guys and then get told, no, you're not allowed to be part of this. They won an injunction on Friday. Well, now in Division I, most of those roster spots are filled now.
Yes.
So do you think that you can use that to your benefit, that maybe a kid that played in Memphis is no longer available to go to a D1 school because the rosters are full? Would you welcome them in for a one and done type season?
Well, actually, been contacted. There's about 5 guys right now from Division I that has contacted Lane. Initially, I called the compliance, Dr. Linda Bell. We have a new compliance officer, by the way. There's a lot of new things going on at Lane, and she is one of them as well. Dr. Bell, I talked with her about that on today, matter of fact, because I had some concerns with some guys who potentially could take advantage of it, but I know now that it's strictly for Division I. When it comes to those guys having the opportunity to go back to school, and it's a Division I guys. So I do know there's 5 in particular that has contacted Lane asking for an opportunity to participate. And I'm sure she's going to visit with Jeremy Jones, the athletic director, about it, along with myself. We're going to talk about those guys. But I think it's a tremendous opportunity anytime, because I remember when my eligibility was up, I jumped up one morning thinking I had one more year to play. And I was just getting ready to go work out and everything. And then it hit me. Hey, man, you're done. You don't have any more years. So to have that ruling on Friday that you got one more year and you can go back and play, and with some kids, it's got to be life-changing because I know what they're going through.
All right. Go ahead, Terry. You start firing off some of them fun questions you like to ask.
So one of the things I always like to ask is if I'm going to go see a game at Lane College, I just don't want to see any old, plain Jane game. I want to see the game where you guys, extra motivated, you always have marked on your calendar. So what I'm saying is, which game would that be? Because I'm assuming it'd be your guys' biggest rival, and who would that be?
Right now, that biggest rival is Bethel College. I think this is going to prove to be quite an event. I am glad to see that Lane College has gotten together with Bethel and put this event on. I've been involved in situations like this before at Alabama State, Alabama A&M, where we created that, Jackson State, Alcorn, and now those games are historical. But that's how we started with an event like this. So right now, Bethel College is what we have circled. I believe this is going to be the game that really makes Tennessee and Lane College. This is going to be what makes it our city, our team. This kind of event that lasts for another 100 years, that allow both places, because we are so close. They're 45 minutes to an hour down the road. So you got that kind of event where the city, the towns can come together, and nothing like athletics to bring places together. And I think this is going to prove to be a life-changing event, really. I think this game is going to change Jackson, Tennessee.
All right, Chris, I know you're dying for that food question because you look hungry.
How do you know I haven't eaten yet, Terry? So, I'm only 2-hour drive away. I know a little bit about Jackson, Tennessee.
Okay.
But let's say me and Terry are going to meet up. He's going to fly into Nashville. I'm going to pick him up at the airport. We're going to drive on over down I-40 to Jackson, Tennessee to come visit you and your facilities. We're going to spend the day with you, maybe on a Friday or whatever, get ready to go to a game on a Saturday. Where are we eating at? Are we going to eat at your house? Or are we going out to eat maybe Casey Jones Village or something, do something of like that? Tell us what's on the menu and what are we going to eat?
Well, it's got to have some smoked chicken if I'm going to take you there. Because I am a smoked chicken kind of guy. And there's a couple of barbecue places here that serve smoked chicken. Backyard Barbecue is one of my favorites. But Casey Jones is the place where we take everybody. Matter of fact, that's where we're going to be next Sunday after church, from my understanding. I think they are the ones. If you want variety, that's the place to go. And nowadays, you got to have variety. You can't just have one thing, just smoked chicken like me. You got to have a variety. And I'm never disappointed when I go to Casey Jones. So probably Casey Jones is where I'll take you because I know you'll be satisfied.
I'm down. I may head up there next week just to go to Casey Jones with you.
It's weird. I noticed one thing, like right before you answered the question, or once Chris finished the question, our viewers jumped from like 110 to 125 because they're waiting to hear what's on the menu as well. I've noticed that the past couple shows.
But if you come on the game, you visit Jackson, Tennessee, you'll find out that the hospitality is second to none. There's a lot of good things going on in Jackson, Tennessee. I've had people to come back. I was here once before in 2012, I believe. And the growth between 2012 and now is tremendous. This area has completely changed. You'll be amazed. And I think downtown, you would enjoy yourself downtown Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
It's a small town, but the atmosphere is tremendous. So I think this game is going to prove to be a life-changing event for the city of Jackson, in the Jackson area. all together. But nothing like athletics or sporting events to bring people together to be able to see what you and I are talking about. And you got to spend a little time, but you'll find yourself coming back.
So, just because I know the area, do you drive through town or do you get on I-40 to get from one side of town to the other side of town? Because I know I-40, they've been working on that daggum thing for
For a while.
25 years, nonstop in Jackson, Tennessee. It's nonstop construction on I. How do you get around? Do you get on 40 or do you cut through town?
I come through town. I mean, in the morning when I go get my coffee, you just got to think, I'm on Lane Avenue. So I go down to Highland, I believe, and make a left. I'm downtown in 2 or 3 minutes to get my morning coffee and to hear what everybody's talking about. That's kind of the meeting place. So I hear a lot of things, a lot of conversation that gets me going, and then I'm right back at the office. Again, we are 5 minutes from downtown Jackson. What else, what better place to be? We're right in the middle of everything.
Okay. You brought it up. I think now would be a great time to take our, we got about a 1-minute break that we like to take. We got to pay homage to our sponsors, which is Cocaine Coffee. It's not what it sounds like, Coach.
I hope not.
But we will be right back in 1 minute. Let's hear from our sponsor.
Well, I mean, we haven't been hit up by any federal agencies, so I think it's all legal.
So what it is, Coach, is Cocaine Coffee. As you see, it comes from Colombia. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, the big crop out of Colombia was the coca plant. So they're trying to revitalize the area, and they're changing all of the coca fields into coffee fields now. And so that's where this coffee was born. If you go to cocainecoffee.com, use your promo code Billings15, you get 15% off your order. And 10% of that order goes to paying for revitalization of the coca fields. So it's a wonderful opportunity. Thankful that they've given us a sponsorship. If you ever want to try some, they're worth it.
Is it at Starbucks?
I don't know if they've made it to Starbucks yet or not.
Oh, okay, well, I probably won't try it. I'll try anything once, but I guess I'll look for it. I'll talk to the guy at Starbucks, and we'll see what we can do about sampling some of that coffee.
Okay, that would be great. I'm a 7 brew kind of guy myself. It is what it is. So let's talk about the Lane College game day experience. What's tailgating like over there?
Don't want to miss it. I tell you, it's nothing like tailgating here. And homecoming is like no other. and that's an event that if you're in the area, you gotta be a part of. And what it generates for the city of Jackson is tremendous. To the point that we are recognized for that event. But you talking about game day experience, that would be the ultimate game day experience. The tailgating is second to none. You talking about people from all over. The thing is, we look for the graduates to come back, but it's the people that are not even Lane College grads that's a part of it. That's what makes it so tremendous. This event the city looks forward to. So if you're in the area, you're that close, you gotta come to Lane College's homecoming to experience tailgating, a game day experience. It's something that you will not forget, and that's what brings more people back because they enjoy themselves so much they put it on their calendar. Uh, right now, I've talked to Hyatt Place, which is a new hotel downtown here. Tremendous place, uh, very nice hotel, but they are already almost filled because of homecoming. Talking to the staff, people have already reserved rooms there. Uh, uh, that homecoming event is no secret. You have to experience it. That is one of the things I would put on my bucket list if I'm in the area, if I'm close by, to come here. And this year, I think we're playing Tuskegee because it's definitely going to prove to be quite an event because they do bring a tremendous crowd with them. But that would be top on my list uh, to get to that event for that experience.
So you hear him, don't you, Terry?
Yeah.
He's over here trying to talk me into making that 2-hour drive over there to come see
I
him.
think I got you.
I need some of that Casey Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was to say with the Casey Jones. That might be the selling point for my wife because she loves anything chicken. So, I mean, whether we drive or fly, I mean, I could fly in the expedition down over there too.
Oh well, we have an airport here at Jackson. Don't forget. That's
Yeah.
another unknown.
Well, I won't be coming alone, so it'll be like 3 people and maybe my dog.
Yeah, you can right from Atlanta, Chicago, whatever. Straight flight.
Nice.
So talk about Lane Field. Are there any plans to upgrade? What's the status on it? Is it, what's it see? What kind of information can you give us?
Well, upgrading with President's Comer vision, it's going to start here on campus first, upgrading the facilities here on campus. We understand that. We all want, as athletes and coaches, we want nice facilities, but we do understand where he's coming from. We're going to upgrade on campus first. We're going to bring Lane College to where it needs to be facility-wise when it comes to the new dorms. Everybody want that kind of dormitory, the new wave dormitory, so to speak. And I know he's committed to upgrading the dorms on campus and other facilities. And I don't see us venturing off, even though we're going to probably do some improvement. But the biggest part of the change at Lane is going to be right here on campus. And it's happening right now. But we encourage, again, that vision has started. Again, if you talk to the other colleges and universities in the area, they probably hadn't had that much growth. But it's amazing Lane College has.
That's always good.
What do you got, Terry?
I think all my questions are I'm running on E here. But
So I was just looking at your schedule, Coach. We may be in luck. So
It's tough.
my better half has a grandson that was born on Halloween last year, October 31st. She's already talking about going down to Bluntsville to visit grandbaby the weekend of October 31st. Sometimes I go, sometimes I don't. That might be a weekend where I say, go have fun, go celebrate. I'm gonna head on over here and catch this homecoming event that I'm hearing so much about.
You do that, and I'll be looking for you.
Oh, definitely. I would definitely let you know we're coming.
Might be a tougher one for me, but I'll let you know for sure.
So you talk about getting out and getting with the public and your community outreach type stuff. Do you have any plans to attend some of the local high school games this year? For instance, University School Jackson, they have a fantastic football program over there. Played for the state championship last year against Jared Curtis in Nashville Christian. We got Jackson Southside. So many schools in that area. Do you have plans to get to some of those games to do some community outreach?
We normally do. Because of course, we are playing and we're getting ready to travel. But if we are in town on Friday night, we'll be visiting, somebody. But that Southside, I think it's Southside Jackson. It's quite an event. The stadium was packed last year, and they play some real good football here in Tennessee. So, and again, like Alabama, you have to look at it twice. It's a lot like Alabama. In Alabama, we really take that football serious. To the point, I remember when I was in Carolina, when I was the head coach at Benedict, the reporters used to always ask me about playing football down south. What was it? And I asked him, have you ever been to church? He said, yeah. I said, well, that's football in Alabama. It's a religion. But I found out here in Tennessee, it's closely the same thing. They take their football serious. And you have to really watch yourself because the fans are serious. And so that's a direct correlation of how they love their football here, how they love their high school football. It's proved to be very serious in this area, and it makes for good football players. And that's going to make my job a whole lot easier.
So we have a comment from Andrew Anderson. He's the founder of Villains Media Network that we're airing on. He says, Stanley, we appreciate you being on here. We will get with him and we'll try and get something worked out. Me and you talked a little bit before the show about possibly doing something on a Monday night, Lane College specific for the Bethel game. We'll get with him and try and work something out on that. That sounds like a huge event that we can make work. But I appreciate you being on the show and blessing us with your time and your vision for Lane College. Terry, do you have anything else?
Well, for Coach Connor here, I would like for you at this time, kind of like when you gave us your intro, you give us your outro, like give a shout out, to everyone who supported you, throughout the years, especially, coming here to Lane. And then as well as any social media accounts you'd like to share in hopes to increase the following for those who may not have heard it, but now have heard it today. And now they want to look more into you guys. once we conclude this interview. So.
Well, I guess my shout out goes to the administration here at Lane College for what they're doing. I guess I can appreciate them more because I know what they're up against.
Mm-hmm.
I know the criticism that they've gotten in the past. A lot of times the people here are criticizing, but they don't really know the challenge, and they're not looking at things for the way they really are. When they look at, say, Lane College, Lane's been around for a long time. But I can appreciate Dr. Comer, Donald W. Comer, our new president, Jeremy Patterson, who has been a little under the weather, but they are working tremendously hard to make Lane what it needs to be. And our motto is a new level of excellence. There's a lot of people that I can talk about right now, but I think it's important that we say we appreciate what you've done so far, because I hear the talk, but I also see the results. I've been around this thing a long time, and anybody would say when people start showing up, that means that the word is getting out. So when I talk about, okay, we got all these kids coming in Lane, where are we going to put them? I just laugh because it's a direct correlation of his vision. And again, I think the key to what we're doing, everything he does is intentional. There's nothing that just happens. It's by design. And I think once everybody gets on board to his vision and we work the vision, I know he was a little disappointed when we got the TV schedule and Lane was not on it as many times. But I talked to a couple of my guys in general that knew about it, and they made the commitment that being a winner this year. So by doing that, we guarantee ourselves to be on national TV. So we're going to get that kind of exposure if we realize the excellence that we're talking about. I think that's the biggest thing that we can do for our president right now is to perform at that high level. So we pretty much guarantee that national exposure, and we can really get Jackson, Tennessee and Lane College's vision out there. That's my shout out. And that's the biggest thing that I can do right now for Lane College. Is produce a winner. And I challenge everybody to get on board with what we are trying to do here at Lane. And just, please contribute to what we're trying to do.
Now, as far as social media, any names you want to mention to in hopes of increasing the following?
Well, I don't. I'm not one of those. When kids call me and say, "Coach, can I have your Instagram?" I don't have one. Sometimes I get upset when I deal with that social media, and I get out there and I see the things that are being put out there. So right now I don't have any shout outs for any particular thing, and if that's bad, I apologize. But no, I don't, and hopefully I'll get to that point where we have all these sponsors, and I could do that. That would be a great thing. But at this time, I really don't have that group, that organization when it comes to a shout out per se. And again, I don't normally apologize for a lot of things, but I'm apologizing now just in case there's somebody that I need to mention and I didn't.
Okay. Fair enough, Coach. Fair enough. So it's been a great interview. I learned a lot about Lane College, the vision that you have, the vision that your leadership has. My heart is content. Terry, I'm going to let you take it away and do your thing, right?
So I found one for starters. So on X, we have Lane Athletics. So if you're looking for Lane College Athletics, that's a good place to start. I couldn't find a football one. I know there's a men's basketball one, I believe I just saw. Thank you again, Coach. We were truly great, and I said very honored that you can join us. Look forward to having you, and especially some of your players. I know we talked about, coming on a show, whether it's here or even, my show down the road. I would love to have them. If you just wouldn't mind, like say after we put you back to stage, I won't keep you long. I just have a couple questions I always ask off the air. But like I said, again, thank you. I wish you all nothing but success, not just in football, but the school itself, an overall success, that it grows and, becomes even bigger than anyone could have ever imagined.
Oh, I can see it.
So we thank you for that.
And thank you.
Thank you.
So I appreciate the 166 people that have been watching us tonight. You've got a lot of information about Lane College. But at this point, my heart's content. Terry's heart is content. I think Coach Connor's heart is content that we've done our job here tonight. So with that, I think we'll be back next Sunday night. Same great time, same great channels.
Ooh, my announcements.
You can find Sports Empire on Facebook, on Twitter, and on YouTube. Go ahead with your announcement, Terry.
So next week we're gonna have, and I'm probably gonna butcher his name, and I'm gonna call him later on this week. Looks like it says Saeve Seti. He's from a freshman, just finished his freshman year at Bishop Amant High School in California. He's doing big things. He was already making all freshman teams over there in California, so look forward to having him on. That will be for next Sunday. And then for my show on Wednesday, I hope you all can tune in. I have Jerry Outhouse Jr. He's a 4-star UCLA defensive back commit, and I'm very excited to have him on. This will be the first player or coach of any sort from my favorite university. So I look forward to picking his brain and see what UCLA's got to look forward to once he steps on the field. So
sounds like a couple of great shows, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, with that, like I said, we'll be back on same great time, same great place, 6 p.m. next Sunday night. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. But until then, I'm on my way to the couch, and we'll talk to you in just a moment, Coach.